I guess the question I have to ask is, we are watching the political story and the economic story develop in Germany. The economic story looks pretty stable, but it's taken an awfully long time to form a German government. Is that slowing you down?
Okay, good morning to you. First of all, let me correct you. We did actually grow in both the third and fourth quarters, and therefore, no, the political environment is not slowing us down.
What do you expect in terms of... Sorry, Matt.
Well, I just wanted to ask you, Tom, if it concerns you. I mean, it's not slowing you down maybe yet, but the SPD appears to be in absolute turmoil right now. And it's not clear that this coalition, that this new GroKo will be voted in. Does it concern you that Germany's, that Berlin seems to be not firing on all cylinders the same way the German economy is?
Yeah, I think, Matt, I think any, resident of Germany is very concerned by what they see. Elections in October, and here we are in, mid-February, Valentine's Day, and it's still a temporary government and, temporary ministers. So that is, I think, for the world's one of the world's strongest economies, not a very good sign. But if you look at what does it mean for industry, I think industry is strong and does continue.
The reason we ask probably, and the reason we're focusing on this, I don't say probably, the reason we're focusing on this is Tom, back in August, you said you were hoping the new German government would make steps in nuclear deplanning. And we've got this kind of interim phase that nothing is happening in, and it looks like we're going to have a more left-leaning government, but we still don't know whether that's going to be the case. The reason we're asking is we're referencing back to this point. Your numbers look like there's no impact, but would you be, it's hard to argue the counterfactual, would you be doing better if there was a German government in place, if decisions were being made in key areas of energy?
I think the nuclear decommission is something that's been on the headlines, or let's say on the radars for quite a while. We do see that continuing. We haven't seen a slowdown in that thinking because of the government. Where we are looking, though, we've read the coalition papers, and of course, is the push to take temporary workers, transfer them into permanent positions. I mean, that would be more of a concern for us. It's not a showstopper, but we do have well over 10,000 people working in various, industrial plants here. Many, on top of that, are temporary workers. Those kind of things, that's the kind of thing we look at that might have an impact. But it's a small impact and something we can actually live with.
Let's talk about your numbers that you're putting out today, Tom. The market had been rough at the beginning of the year. I think Bilfinger stock was down about 13%, and you've got some big short sellers. On the other hand, the numbers seem to really impress. I mean, we're not open yet, but TradeGate is calling your stock up 5.2%. Revenue is beating estimates. You're forecasting a significant increase in profit for 2018. Can you prove these short sellers wrong with these numbers? Have you done that?
I hope we have, but I guess only the market will determine whether we've done that. I think, in the fourth quarter, we took in over $1 billion in new orders. That is actually a 6% up on the same quarter of prior year. We delivered more than $1 billion in revenue. We had a book-to-bill greater than 1, and almost 4% bottom line. Now, we're still moving forward. We're not anywhere close to where we would like to be. But I think we've shown that the strategy is working. We're driving the turnaround. We're able to grow in a mature market where many of our competitors are actually retracting. And I think the third point is that we've shown we can deliver to our commitments. And if we do all that, then I think the shorts will probably have, something to learn.
Just a final quick question, Tom. Euro's trading 123.67 as we speak against the US dollar. OSRAM indicating 125 could be a pain point. What is your feeling on where the single currency is going and what it could mean for the business?
For us, we don't see particular pain points at certain thresholds. I mean, we have dollar revenue, we have dollar cost. As we repatriate the profits, yes, there is an impact. We try to correct for that when we compare nominal and organic growth. But we don't have the kind of issues that other companies have that import a lot into the U.S. and therefore have a high cost base and a low revenue base. We're actually balanced in that sense.